What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, and we're back once again to the man, the myth, the legend, George Kranz. Thank you as always to Mr. Solo. We're returning to My Rhythm, 1984, and the track title here is Wild Vocals, which for any artist I would be intrigued to see what type of vocal work will be on offer. But coming from George Kranz, who I already know to have some pretty eccentric vocals and vocal parts in tracks beyond or implemented in ways that no other artist or band I've ever heard does, it takes on an extra meaning. So I can't even begin to imagine what we're about to hear. Let's give it a listen. This is George Kranz. The track is Wild Vocals, and it's from his 1984 album, My Rhythm.
Drum bass, drum bass, drum a bass, drum bass, drum bass, drum bass, drum a bass, drum bass, drum bass, drum bass, drum a bass, drum bass, drum bass, drum bass, drum a bass, drum.
Like, is drum bass?
Slam bass, slam bass, drum a bass, slam 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 bass
Like, there's literally no one on earth like him, and I am not sarcastic or cheeky when I say a true musical genius. Now, a wild and eccentric musical genius, but absolutely a real pioneer, like someone who's trying to do things that no one else does and succeeding. Meaning, I think there are some legitimate drums on the track, but apart from that, everything is his vocal. And not only are some of the vocalizations like clever word sounds or verbal sounds that function as certain types of musical ingredients, percussion, melody, rhythm, but he's in some cases like literally doing an onomatopoeia of the instrument type that a particular vocal line is serving as, meaning like drum bass, like it's a bass line with a kick drum, like drum bass, drum bass, drum bass. It's like it is what it's saying as it functions in that capacity, like instrumentally. So it's like number one, it's clever on multiple layers. Number two, it's creative in that some of these phrases or word-like sounds, I wonder if he, tried different word sounds, or, he experimented with syllables until he found some that seemed to really work. And I would imagine it would have been quite funny to hear him in the recording booth, like recording some of those vocal lines, which are then like layered over each other and fit rhythmically into each other. Now again, there are some drum, like number one, there's like a steady, I think it's like a proper kick drum. There's that flourish of snares at one point. There's some snapping in there, which is technically not vocal, but it's still like a body-made sound rather than, taking an instrument that is independent of the body and the voice. But almost all of it is his wild composition of crazy vocals, vocalizations, and again, like onomatopoeias of the very types of sounds that he's imitating. And it works, and it, there's some stop-start, like dead pause moments that had some good, what's the right word, like energy, but also anticipation or suspense before they drop back in. There's some building moments. There was a point in the latter half where it seemed to like change key. It rose in its tonal character suddenly. So again, like the ability to conceive a song like this, the ability to record, excuse me, the vocals required to, make the individual parts, and then the wherewithal to arrange it and sequence it in a way that like had me fully compelled and, just waiting for what was going to come next. Just incredible. So again, it's wild, it's weird, but it's absolutely fantastic, and it may not be a tune that like most people would search for on the radio, but I feel like it's more interesting than most of what you would hear on like hit radio. So yeah, just incredible. Once again, shout out to Han Solo for bringing this person to my attention and for sharing the goods so that we can experience this wild insanity. But yeah, top tune, really enjoyed it. Let me see what's coming next, because after that, what else can you say? Okay, so it's funk. Did I react to that? For some reason that sounds familiar. Let me just make sure I haven't. Nope, I have not. So yes, the next time we come back, it'll be no, it's funk. Which is funny, because we had the track earlier, Is It Jazz? So it feels like there's a bit of like meta reference and cheekiness just in the song titles across the course of this album, which is called My Rhythm, like jazz rhythms, funk rhythms, vocal rhythms. It seems like this is a concept album more than I would have thought, beyond just, okay, so voices are going to play a role beyond what they normally do for most artists. But yes, it really seems like this was more thought out than I considered, just by a musical mad genius. So once again, let me know what you think. Shout out to Han Solo. I'll see you next time. Peace.